Joseph R. Wheeler III, artist, founder, president of the ONYXCON Foundation. You ain't know? You better ask somebody. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Oh, man. Ooh, it is smoldering. Smoldering. Damn. This again. Oh, snap. It is hot, y'all. Damn, it's hot. Yeah. Order, that's what I know. First one of the day, y'all. Yes, I know it ain't gonna let me get my radio. I don't know why. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, y'all. All right, yeah. Oh, man. Woo. Yep. What's good? Happy Friday. Bring them out. Where they at? Bring them out. Where the peeps, where they at? Bring them out. Bam. All right. Now we talking. 14 in the building. What's good, everybody? If you've been here before, don't act shy. Go ahead and hit that love button. We want to see that thumb like this to say thank you for the content. Welcome back. It is so freaking hot today. Oh, that's why, because it's 85. Yesterday it was like 83, so it was still warm, real hot, but not hot. Today it's hot. Yeah, you hit 85. It's for real. It's live. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate somebody. That's my one right there. I always say, the first person to that, I don't care. I mean, I do like to see the number go up, but I really speak for the people who put the thumbs up. Everybody else just, you know what I'm saying? They like people in life. They on the sidelines. They ain't in the game. The only ones in the game is the ones that help you get where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. You the realest. That one. Thank you so much. See, I love talking about them like that. Talk a little shit like that, you get rid of the suckers. It was 12. Keep on dropping. I can get rid of all the motherfuckers. All we want is the real ones. All the motherfuckers that ain't real, get the hell off now. If your ass ain't real, get out now. See, that's what you gotta do. Only the real, baby. Only the real. See, look at that. It even went back. I like that. You figure out who's real in the thumbs up too. It was one, then it was two. There was one. It's okay. If you ain't real, you get this goodbye. We don't play around here. We about that realness. What's up? Benito in the house. Thank you. That's a subscriber right there, because only subscribers can chat. Only subscribers can chat. Yeah, we ain't that average YouTube channel. I'm not a streamer, but I stream. I always say that. I'm not a streamer. See, if you're a streamer, there's this intended norm that people have got to expect. Oh, you can get on there and say anything and act stupid and be insulting and troll, and that's not funny. That's not cute. Ain't none of that acceptable over here. We don't play none of them damn games. It's a grown folk channel. I'm 50 years old. I'm your daddy. I'm your uncle. I'm all that. You know what I'm saying? More than likely, because I done learned how young most of the audience can be sometimes. And then the folk who are older, they know better. Well, if they, mature, because some of them ain't right either. You know what I'm saying? So it's come correct or not at all. And the real ones understand. They don't come at you funny. They just hey, they sit back, relax, enjoy the show, man. They show love in the real way. They subscribe. They like everything. They let you know, hey man, I get it. I love it. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. Hold tight for me real quick. Here. They got it looking busier than I'm used to. It usually be barely any cars out here. I mean, folk be waiting on orders, but it don't be crunk like this. This is other than today. This like a show enough what you would expect Friday to look like Friday. Anyway, y'all, we got 10 in the building. Let's get them thumbs up, man. Let's get 8. How about that? Can I get about 8? Can I get 8 people to do this right here? Cause I got a story. I got sort of a story. It's sort of a realization about the power of stories that I've always understood. Cause I'm a writer and I'm a storyteller. I'm a visual artist as a storyteller. I've created comic books. I created ONYXCON, which is an ongoing story in many ways. It's just an ongoing epic. Uh, because I always say ONYXCON is a lifestyle. But I've done comic books, I've done films out the man, more movies than y'all can imagine. And I'm gonna start saluting my career more on my channel. I'm gonna start letting y'all know who the I am. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never really been humble. I don't even like playing the game of pretending that I'm, there's nothing wrong with when I say humble, people got different definitions of that. Now I do agree with being respectful and sensible at all, over everything. But I'm saying in this world of so much ratchet and stupidity and people wilding out, I see that you almost got to show that side of yourself a little bit just to keep people's attention span because that's what they're so used. Like I say, the cultural norms of being online have become so stupid that if you don't get people with a little bit of what they think is one thing, and then once you got to be like, nah, I got your ass, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's like you gotta scare the shit out of them. Like after they think they know you, you gotta remind them you don't know me, and you never will, and you never will. But what I allow you to know, it's gonna be worth your time. But you gotta spend time to get to know who that is in the first place. You got to spend some damn time. You got to invest. I invest in this. You got to invest in this. That's why they call it social media. It's interactive. You've got to be involved. And I do set my rules. And I'm not going to be the everybody channel. I don't even want to be. I don't even want to be. I have my own, I got a low goal. It might be low to some people. It ain't low to me. That's a major number. But I have a low goal of quote unquote success on YouTube that I'm aiming for when it comes to to me, if I ever get to 275,000 subscribers, I did it. And I based that on years ago. I did not even years ago, like last year. I did a AI analysis because we're all using AI. Whether you say I don't mess with the AI, I don't play with the AI slop. People getting too reckless with that word too. Talking about that little phrase, talking about AI slop, AI slop. Y'all are idiots, man. Anybody who's running around saying that, don't be a child like the rest of these people. Think about what you're really saying. There's not a company now. If you're on one of these phones, if you're looking at me right now, you're involved in AI because right now as I'm speaking, YouTube's AI analysis of my voice is making a transcript or trying to because they don't get the words right. It'd be like you say some slang and it just fuck it all up. It'll say the stupidest shit ever, but it thinks it knows what you're saying, right? So you're being analyzed and ran through AI systems whether you like it or not. And it's just and I've been when you get my age, you've been through the phases of being afraid because this and that is coming and society's changing and they're gonna start doing this, that, and the other to us if we better look out, man. This is coming and that's coming. Man, you get to a point, man, I ain't scared no more. I'm just aware. Hold on for a minute. Sorry, y'all. This thing keep cutting off on me. It won't hold a signal. I'm trying to keep it locked in. It's just doing the most. I'm like, come on, man. Not on a Friday. It's one of the best days I ever go live, man. This is when people really be on here over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday, man. Don't be acting up on me now. I need these numbers, I need these ears and these eyes. Let's go. Stop playing with me, YouTube. Damn. Okay, let me see if I can safely start talking and not have to worry about it cutting off. Since I'm gonna be sitting in traffic for a minute at this light. Uh, so what I really wanted to tell y'all about, really wanted to talk about. I found this new channel. Content. I find new channels every day. Topics I'm covering, and I consider my channel the multi-niche pioneer because nobody else uses that phrase but me, and I love that I'm the only one. I like that I'm out the box. I like that we're doing something so uh, self-proclaimed different that it stirs up the pot a little bit in a world of so many mundane, average, everybody doing the same old stuff, following trends, whatever. We're doing our own thing. We're doing multi-niche content. We cover multiple topics. So if I let me see, let me tell this thing. Okay, I think I want it about right there. Yeah. All right. So I found this channel, young lady. Uh, heard of it. I never heard of it till today. I literally was just going through suggested content in my homepage through the algorithm. You know how they do. They look at what you watch, and because like I said, I cover so many different topics, and then I'm interested in so much stuff, even stuff that I don't necessarily cover here on the channel with all the variety that we do. Sometimes anything I've looked at will yield all kind of new channels and videos to consider, right? So I ended up subscribing to this girl's channel because I say girl, she grown, but she's young, young. Yeah, she ain't really young. She grown ass woman. She's a mom. She's, as she said in her video, she's 28. Honestly, I thought she was a little older, and I'm not saying that to be insulting. I'm saying, kids do age people, and that's a fact. I don't have any kids of my own, but I'm an uncle, and I've seen how it's done for my friends who have kids, family members who got. I've seen how they've changed a little bit physically. Some people still look great. I'm not saying so. She's one of those people who still looks great for her age. You never know if she's gonna see this. So I ain't trying to be insulting. I know how women are about. Lord forbid, the worst thing that ever happened was a clock. Oh, I'm getting old, baby. We all gonna get older. Calm down. Shit. The hell you think this is? You gonna forever look 12? What's wrong with you? Like, there's nothing wrong with aging. Not a damn thing. It's this stupid ass society that got you thinking something's wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with aging. Not at all, okay? All right? Good. Now, like I said, she's about 28. I say about because that's what she said on camera. You never know. Folk will make up some stuff to feel good about themselves, too. But I think she is. Everything checked out from her stories. And she does these story times, right? And I didn't expect to sit up there and watch this whole thing. I really didn't. But I'm a sucker for a good story. I ain't gonna even front. Like, hell, if it's conveying some real truth, it ain't just some blah 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 blah. Blah. Nah, she really has some stuff to drop. Like, she's really teaching. I think a lot of young women should watch this channel. I mean, teenage through college age should be watching women like this, not the fluff that they usually get. And she's pretty prissy, all into the makeup. I hate that she's, I hope her hair is real, but it's more than likely a weave. I get tired of fucking weaves. I'm sorry, that's just me. I'm sick and tired of all that wig and weave shit. I'm done. I'm exhausted. I'm over. Ladies, please stop. Just work with what you got. Damn. Like, if you just in love with them things, gotta have it. I feel like there's a certain mentality. I'm not gonna go off on too much of a tangent about that, but I think there's a certain genuine demographic of women who really, for one thing, might have a reason. They want their hair to be long, it can't grow. They've had a health issue where they don't have their hair anymore. Those are the women that should have the best weaves and wigs on earth if they want that hair. I don't have no problem with that. But for women whose hair grows perfectly fine, they just don't want to treat it right and respect it and take care of it and be healthy about it. So their hair be a hot mess. And somebody might say, well, because some women get mad when men talk about this. you know, and I'm a straight man, okay? I love women. But see, the thing about a brother like me is I done had a lot of history with hair, okay, in the women I've dated and in my own personal life. I used to have long hair. Yeah, I shave it bald now, you know what I'm saying? Need to get the stubble off right now. This stuff come back fast, y'all. Anybody in the bald head club, you know what I'm talking about. This might be 2 or 3 days of growth right here. It's already starting to get that little, you know, yeah, it's doing it. And it's like, and I just, you know, you don't be feeling like cutting it every day, so you just go. At least I don't, because it's a process. You know, you got to be careful not to cut yourself with the razor. And I don't care what one of them little uh, dry or wet shaver things you can buy, because I done had two of them. They never get it as close as you really need it. So you do it, you get that, you get all the stuff off with that, and you still have to go back with the razor if you really want it, you know, right, shiny, the way the ladies love it, the way you'll like it for yourself if you you know really about that ball life. But anyway, I'm way off on topics. The point was this lady loves to wear her. I don't know. She might have her real hair. I've seen some videos where she was doing her hair and stuff. I couldn't figure out if it was real or not. But she's a beautiful lady, black woman. Like I say, about 28. She has one child, to my understanding, a son, because she kept mentioning her baby in the video and all that. Okay, cool, gotcha. She lives somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. She mentioned that too. She's smart. She gives little details of where she's at and what her life is like without giving away her business, which is good. That's safe out here in this crazy ass world. You don't need to. Everybody don't need to know exactly where you at all times or whatever. You know, they don't need to know. You know, but all right, y'all. Still telling this story, right? So, and I'm not gonna tell her whole story. I'm just gonna highlight a couple of things that this lady said. Again, I'm talking about Janelle and Nicole. Free advertising for your channel, baby. You had me so engrossed in this damn story. Hey, I feel like I may as well get some points back on my channel for the time I spent watching yours. And I hit her comments too and know that. I said, you got me all up in this damn story. Like I didn't say that, but I basically said like, yo, I can't believe I just watched this whole thing. What the hell? And you went through some stuff. Like that's crazy as hell, right? And I just commended her on her, you know, ability to tell a story. And you know, she's sassy and silly and got the little slang and all that stuff too. But she really can express herself. And she speaks very clear. I enjoyed watching her. It was actually a whole. I mean, and I'm visual. Like you know, they say men are visual. No, I'm hyper visual. Being an artist as I am, when I'm telling my own stories or if I'm listening to a story, I see everything. So I felt like I was watching a movie just listening to her tell this story. And she described herself, how she was. She was younger when this thing happened. But what it was, she had gotten kind of popular online from doing a reaction video when she was in high school, she said. And by the time she graduated high school, she was kind of an it girl and was feeling herself and thought she was all that because she had all these blue check celebrities in her DMs. Now, this when I tell you this one of them revealing stories, from the minute she said that, I said, pause, like, you know, I don't be throwing the pause out there like y'all kids be, but I'm saying pause for the cause of what she had just said at that point in the video. I'm thinking, so you telling me, and it didn't surprise me, it just reminded me, this is why stuff is so all over the place in this damn society. The girl said she was a child, basically, just graduating. You know, the weirdest thing about high school, if you graduate in high school, you ain't grown. I don't give a damn how grown you think you are. And she said that in so many words, like, you know, I was feeling myself a child. I was so this, I was that. I thought I was typical of what, you know, and it's that part of the brain when folks are that age, we all go through it, you know, but it's at various levels. Thank goodness I had a real father and mother, and my father definitely was not gonna let me be nobody who thought he was something he wasn't before his time. You gonna recognize where you really at in life and be realistic, you know. But it sounded like, and then this young lady sounds like she's got a strong family unit. She's real close to her mom. She kept talking about her mom, how her mom is one of the moms who's a real mom, but she also is the friend kind of mom. I was like, that's that stuff. Ain't no damn friend. I'm your mama. That's it. Ain't no friend. I'm your daddy. Like, you may become more of a friend as time goes on in some ways. Like I feel that way with both my parents now as I've gotten older and they're older. But when I was a teenager, man, that's my mom and my dad. Period. Ain't no. And even now, there's a side to our energy that can be a friendship. Absolutely, it feels like a friendship, but I still don't look at it like that because I forever give them the respect of, if you keep it on that friend bullshit, then when they gotta tell you something that you don't want to hear, you like, man, because and even a real friend would do the same, but you may not want to hear it the same way. So they can't be playing them games. You got to be like, look, I'm keeping it in the pocket. I'm the adult. You shut up and listen. you know. And if you really respect your parents, hell, as grown as I am, with all these grades on my chin, if my mama say, "Now wait a minute, now listen," I just get quiet. Like it's like a puppy when the mama grab the back of that neck and hang them, and they just it don't matter. Hey, that's my mom. You know what I'm saying? She said, "Hey, boy, now I said," and I'm agreeing about it a little bit. Like, ain't this crazy as old as I am? Damn, right? But they got that kind of energy. So this woman was talking about how she basically graduated high school with this chip on her shoulder, thinking she the Miss It girl, the Miss Thing. And there was a rapper that tried to holler at her um, for years. She said this dude hit her up in the DMs like everybody and was flirting with her, but she wasn't taking it serious because she had her little chat roster. That's what I'm gonna call it. She kept saying roster. I was thinking, yeah, that's a chat roster, baby. You can be chatting with a whole bunch of people, but that don't mean it means what it means. But till things get physical, I ain't gonna say it's all a joke, but it's like, come on, if they flirting and their intention is to be physical, it's always gonna be that. And she said, she didn't understand that at that age. She said, man, if y'all got daughters, all my fathers out there, please teach them the game, because I didn't know a thing. She admitted this, and that's what I said. This I like this lady's channel. She's telling the truth. She ain't out here fronting, trying to save face because she feels stupid now. No, she's willing to be vulnerable to help somebody else grow. This is the kind of valuable content that needs to be out here. This is the kind of content I like that. Damn, it's beautiful over here. I love it's a little lake over here. I'll show y'all. See, um, just knocked off my dang Jeep. Crazy. All right, y'all. Appreciate my one hanging strong with me. We're gonna finish this evaluation. It ain't really no story because I ain't about to tell her entire story, but I am gonna make my major points about some things that the young lady was breaking down. Like I say, I was doing kind of a analysis reaction to a story a young lady told on her channel. Her name is Janelle Nicole. Don't have no affiliation to her. Don't know her. But this is what we do here. We put people on, man. If I like what you're doing, I might talk about it. I do reactions and things like that, but my reactions are different because I'm either it's what you're used to, facial expressions, silly reaction, whatever. I do that too with the shorts. But when I get into conversation like now, I analyze. She she was saying how she had met this rapper online. That's a famous rapper. She, of course, she talking girl talk, so she talking about, oh, this dude was this and he was that and he got tats and he got a certain look and he was this. She thought he was fine. She thought he was this. He seemed pretty nice and genuine because he's, of course, he trying to holler. And she said she was naive about how men really can be at that age. And I laugh about that sometimes, but at the same time, it makes me frustrated that it ought to just be common sense, but common sense ain't common no more. People pretending that gender roles and our natural chemistry of what we were born doesn't matter. And so you gonna redo centuries of evolution? That's what we doing? Just because you feel in this modern catastrophe of societies with all this urbanization of the mental that you really think you're gonna outdo nature? That what you think? You really think you gonna change your fucking body chemistry because of your fucked up brain? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm on a big tangent with that, but and it would take getting specific, not to step on toes. But I don't give a damn today. We're gonna stop some folks. They're just going to have to deal with it. They're gonna have to wonder if I meant what they think I was. Is he? Wait a minute. Is he saying? I ain't saying shit. I'm saying what I said. That's what I'm saying. Now pay attention, and you'll get the point. Yeah, see, scare them away when you talk like that. But and I don't give a damn today. I just don't. What I'm getting at, y'all, is I think a lot of young folks, they weren't raised by real parents no more. The real parenting and the real standards of what men and women are in connections have not completely died, but it's becoming more acceptable for people to be all over the place. And as a result, even those of us who know better have to somewhat hybridize ourselves. We have to, I say this all the time, I am a hybrid result of culture clashes. This is why I say I don't do shit for the when they say do it for the culture. What fucking they know one culture that defines me. I know too much. I know too much about too many different types of peoples and ways of life, and I pick and choose what fits my ethics, how I was raised, and just who the hell I am. Sans even what my parents put into me, just who I really am. Because you are an individual. You better know that. You know? So hearing this lady tell her story about being taken advantage of by this rapper and stuff, it really pissed me. When I say take advantage, if you just coming in, I'm not talking about in the worst way. He was never, there was never no sexual abuse. Don't misinterpret my words. But there was some mental manipulation. Definitely some man in the worst way. Because when a woman at any age, unfortunately, uh, falls for a dude over some shallow shit that she thinks is the most important attributes of his personality, and finds out the hard way that this person is a hot mess and there's nothing they could ever do to fix the amount of dysfunction and brokenness that person is. By the time they wake up, they usually have given themselves a fantasy about who that person is so badly that they can't see nothing clear. So they just caught up and are, and that's what she was saying. In so many words, she was getting led, like led astray in every way, and taken advantage of for her time, her energy. Wouldn't say taken advantage of for her body because it sounded like she enjoyed herself on the sexual tip. You know, it sounded like was somebody she really did want experience with. She had it. She has no regrets. She didn't never make it sound like that was bad to her. But she did say that, even after having had her fun, she felt, kind of silly for what the amount of mess she had to go through to get to that moment, the couple of moments she shared with the person, or however many, because, of course, she ain't trying to make it sound as all over the hotel room as it may have been. Uh, but and I like that she was a lady about it. She alluded to enough for you could figure out your own idea of what may have happened between the two. But she definitely got down, that's for sure. But she made it clear that she went through a lot to even get to that moment. Like, not to tell her story for her, I want y'all to really watch it, but I'm gonna just hit key points. The first thing was she said the dude basically played the long game. He allowed her to just be flighty and flutter all over the place with a bunch of other conversations that she was having, but she had only had one intimate relationship where she lost her virginity. She says this in the video, right? And I mean, I believe what she was saying. I just know enough about how folks talk when they giving the truth versus trying to cover. I mean, she would say a couple of things every now and then, and I'd be like, okay, now that's probably she fudging that. That's been fudged. She adding stuff to that. She took away some things on that. But you can always tell what was what if you're as savvy as I am, and as long as I've been single and even before that, married and divorced and all the stuff I've been through, man. You starting being you can see straight. You can X-ray the hell out of anybody talking that other stuff, right? But she basically said that the dude played the long game and waited for her to be broke up with this guy, knowing how young women like that gonna be. Like a lot of women nowadays, they ain't gotta be young, but especially young ones. Who do they run to as soon as they get out of a relationship? At some point, they either gonna stay quiet for a long time. People wonder if they missing, and their closest friends and family will know about what's going on, maybe. But then, for everybody else, they'll eventually make those posts on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and everything else, where they start basically just they telling all their business through the emotional post without even getting specific. But everybody know, oh, she broke up with somebody. Everything's about I gotta dig into myself. Lord forbid they religious. They start quoting Bible scripture and shit. Yeah, it's so stereotypical. But they all do it when they have this kind of mentality. You know. And she said she had basically revealed that she had broke up with this dude that she had been with so long. That was her first. And the other guys and all these other dudes who've been in her DMs is just like, all right, the coast is clear. And sure as shit, they hit you up. Now, yeah, that's common. I mean, a lot of us do that, but it's the way it's done, and how are you? What's your intention for real? Like the thing he had is he already had an inside streak because she already liked him as an artist. She was already enamored with his music and thought he was so cool and all this type of stuff, right? But what was funny is she described this person as being, somebody who's a straight up stereotype of the rapper guy who really is from a hood, really is from one of the worst parts of the town he was from. She never rebuilt the town. She was very smart about that. She wasn't trying to have no smoke. She just telling her story. She described it as being, you could tell it was somewhere up north. And by looking at the comments was crazy. It was making me laugh so much. And like everybody said, this ain't nothing but Chicago, Philly, or New York, and where else did they say? I think that was yeah. It was like it's one of them, and you just ain't saying. But I know, and I feel like it was Chicago. Whoever this rapper was, he was from Chicago. Only because she kept saying in recent news, this place is so known for all the gang violence and so many shootings. And it's not to say all them other places mentioned. Hell, even where I'm at, Atlanta, every major freaking city in America right now, that could be that. Unfreaking fortunately, right? But I feel like from the way she was describing it, being there was snow on the ground when she got there, and it was so cold, and that does sound like it's probably it got to be Chicago. I mean, it just made sense what she described, the way she was describing it, and so she said that basically the dude got her to come, the name of the video, I think it said, I got flued out. She used all the slang. I was flued. He flew me out to see him and all this shit. But it took years, and he waited till she was single again. And then he hit her up like, yo, let's meet it. I want to know you. I want to get to know you, blah, 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 right? And obviously, he had actually built a friendly rapport with her where she felt safe enough to consider it. Mind you, she said she was living at home with her mom, and she didn't have, she was grown enough. I mean, it sounded like she was probably 21, maybe, 22 at the most, I think. And I'm not sure how old the rapper was, but the way she described it, he was probably in his late 20s or just turning 30 type stuff. And anyway, she said that basically when she on her flight to get there, she had a layover in the most ghetto airport. It wasn't the city where he was at. It was the most ghetto airport she said she had ever been to in her life. She said some girl must have recognized her that worked there and were talking ish about her as she was just walking by. Talking about she thinks she's all that. And she went in the bathroom and the girls basically tried to corner her and jump her. And she got out because she said some old white woman came in and it threw them off because they, wasn't trying to get caught doing their shit, gonna beat somebody up and just leave. So she dipped out when the women walked in, and that got her out of there. And then she went and just sat scared as hell, talking to her parents back home about what was going on, thinking, I don't know, I may have made a really bad mistake. But this story was so amazing to me because it literally painted the complete picture of what I've always said about the fascination with hoodisms and ghettoism. Those of us who, and I say us as in I'm not from that shit. Those of us who are not from no hood, not from no ghetto, but we relate enough to understand some things. Or in my case, I mean, she sounded like she wasn't even as advanced as me. There's hoods in Atlanta I can go in and I got respect because people know I used to work there. You know what I'm saying? And I was the cool dude that's the outsider that really was there to help people through art programming and things I was doing. So people respect me to this day. You know what I'm saying? There's people I would go in those areas and I'm like, I used to work with senior citizens, so I ain't gonna have no mess. Cause I'd be like, man, I know your grandma. Like, don't try me. I know your grandpa, your uncle, your auntie. Ain't nobody at me like that in some places. Now, other places still, I just ain't gonna be there because I know. Nobody know you over here. Nobody care. You ain't nobody. You ain't nothing to them. And you're an eyesore because it reminds them of what they don't have when they see you and you clean and your teeth are straight and everything about you looks fresh and taken care of. And that's how this woman is. She's got a beautiful smile. She's very prissy, all into the makeup. Much younger, she's still every bit of that. So now, Lord, like this woman here, this Janelle Nicole is a trip. She had me laughing about because she knew she must have looked crazy. She's like, I'm out here with my Lord. She said I was real skinny back then. At that time, she had lost some weight. She said I had a little weight on me. Then I lost that weight, but I was already slim, so I ain't had no barely any. But now she got big boobs and big old booty and stuff. She's like, I'd love to get my little waist back, but and keep all the best of the parts. But yeah, I was a little skinny thing back then. And yeah, I didn't think I was all of that or anything. But people, I knew I was cute. And obviously, guys loved me because they wanted to see me. The guy brought me out, or whatever. She talking her shit, and I can see it. I can imagine what she looked like just that many years ago, right? And she basically said that after she escaped the ghetto airport on the layover and got to the actual destination at the next airport, this fucking dude, whoever this famous rapper was, stood her up. She says all the way up to there. Even when she was at the other airport, she texted him. I think she said, and her parents, of course, getting back with her. He responded and was like, "Oh, be careful, you'll be all right." Blah blah blah, whatever. But then when she gets there, said this fool put her off for an hour, put her off for a second hour, put her off for 3 hours. Man, when she said the first hour, I was like, why the hell didn't you take the plane ticket your parents out there? The parents said, we'll send you the money right now. We'll bring your ass home. You got to come home. That's too much going on. And she should have done that. But young and thinking they know it all, right? She insisted, nah, I'm gonna go through with this, whatever. Cause she just thought, yeah, when I get here, she gonna be with this famous rapper, he gonna take care of her, everything gonna be all right. That fool was nonchalant as hell and had this woman waiting 3 hours to get picked up at the freaking airport. Man, when I heard this story, I got so mad. I got mad for her. I'm like, cause see, without getting into everything, I'll just say I've had my own moments in life where I've had women that I care about, family members, friends, whatever, be disrespected like that by some punk ass dude that they think they falling for. I'm like, y'all getting played the worst way. When are you gonna wait? And the worst part is, as a dude, you would never do nobody like that because I've been raised right. That ain't the manhood I'm standing on. I'm standing on true manhood. Ain't nothing cute or cool about playing with a lady like that. Like you go, I don't even wait. Like people be playing the games like you meet somebody, I'm gonna wait a few days to call her and all that shit. And you know the woman like you and she texts you. No, we gonna talk. Now the minute you do something that's foul to me, disrespect me, is that we done. We done. But as long as you stay cool, I'm gonna stay ice cold cool. You gonna know you appreciate it. You gonna know I don't take your energy for granted. You gonna know that if I get to the get good, you gonna be more than happy to give all your blessings to me. Oh, I'm more than worthy. You gonna love this. You understand? But they be on the other stuff, man. They get caught the hell up every time they be on it. And she said it. She's talked to it. She spoke to that side of her brain that was very, very naive and so just in her fantasy about what she thought it could be, wanted to be, hoping it will turn out. And that's got nothing to do with what it is. That's got nothing to do with what it is. You got to deal with what it is. Damn, my phone's loud. I'm telling you. Crazy stuff going on in this here world. Man, I hate when they give me an order like this. Got me all off in the show enough hood, y'all. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway. So, finish my story. So my story of the story. So this lady, again, I'm talking about this lady I found online and I started watching her content. Janelle Nicole is her name, and beautiful lady, very was very naive, as most women her age at the age she described will be. And sometimes folk can fall into a pattern of doing that their whole life, man. I mean, they could be older and still making some of them same mistakes. I've witnessed it, and it's sad because it's like the only reason women can be like that is the fantasies that sometimes women are grown into it from little girls to getting grown. They're forever sold a fantasy about every aspect of life. Nothing is legitimately how it is. Everything's fabricated. There's not no, whereas men are sometimes, yeah, we sold our own types of fantasies, but we're often told we must look through the bullshit, or depending on who's raising you and giving you your value system, might be grooming you to be the next generator of bullshit. You know, be a master manipulator. This is how you get them all. This is how when you subjugate women down to, but just a piece and all that other mess. That's how that mentality starts. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Little signal discrepancy. Had to handle some business, get some business. You know what I'm saying? Keep it flowing up in here on this Friday. And we got to make this moolah so we can keep the bills paid. And all. Y'all know the rest of the damn list. Anyway, I'm saying though, a lot of it depends on how men and women sometimes being raised into such dumb stuff that creates these problems. Like whoever this dude was, whoever this rapper was, he obviously came from the ghetto, right? What she described was a dude who's legitimately from the ghetto, not somebody perpetrating to be from a hood and ain't really from shit. But even if he wasn't from the worst of it, I mean, I don't know what it sounded like he was doing drill music. 'Cause it's like, it's some more gang type shit she talking about. At one point, she went to a music video for him. This after she is finally for her being. First of all, when she first got it, she said she got on a Mercedes shuttle bus, one of them shuttle buses like they use on movie sets, because I've been on plenty of them, so I know exactly what she couldn't describe. She said it's like a Mercedes. I don't know what to call it, like a box car. I was like, it's a shuttle bus, baby. It's a shuttle bus. We used to have those on a lot of different sets I've been on, and they, sometimes it would be Mercedes, sometimes Ford, sometimes whatever. The nicest ones tend to be the Mercedes ones naturally, but but she said that they were sitting on the bus, wasn't no music on, and they whispering between each other, but trying to be flirty, but she feel like everybody listening to them. And then at one point, the dude was like, "Hey, put on some music," and the driver was like, "Oh, okay, cool," and he's blasting it. So now it's not even. It was like from one stupid moment to the next. Then she gets to the hotel. She said that looked okay. She said, but it was still snow on the ground. And instead of pulling them up to the front, they went in park and they had to walk across the ice. She's slipping and sliding because she ain't got on the right shoes. He's holding her hand, trying to keep her balance. I said, damn. You almost got beat up at the first airport. Now you get there and a dude picks you up with his whole entourage instead of by himself. Or if you're gonna bring an entourage, don't you know is it gonna feel more comfortable, idiot, if you have some girls? You need some women there too. Women don't want to be around a bunch of damn dudes. That's stupid as fuck. Like I was like, this motherfucker. This is the most inconsiderate asshole. Like you had this woman waiting. The 3 hours is after that. There was nothing he could do right. After she said that, I was through. I was like, you just working with a chump. You a sucker. You a glutton for punishment at this point. Like this dude don't care about you. There's no way in hell somebody done been in your DMs for years, talking about how bad he want to get to know you better. Blah 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 blah. You finally give him the chance, and he gonna treat you like that? No real man that make no woman wait that long. That's some bullshit. Stuck in the worst traffic ever, pulled over by a cop, legitimately can prove that what happened. That's a different story. You're a celebrity, things are going on. I get it, your schedule this, your schedule that. If you really all that, you really ball and you really got all this money and everybody respect you and your clique and your entourage as they love to brag and say they got, then man, send that woman a damn Uber Deluxe limo style and have her brought to the hotel so she's there before you even get there. And bring somebody over Who's if you, bro? Here's the problem. I was gonna say, bring somebody out of your entourage that you can trust. He can't trust nobody. He can't trust no damn body. Cause this is the other part. I was gonna say, like, send a lady you trust to hang out with her, you know, and keep her company or something. Who he know that would be like? Everybody he know is some money gold digging hoe. You know, that's all the motherfucker know. If you talk it, you will walk it. If you don't push that image long enough, you can't find yourself surrounded by nothing but more trash like his dumbass self, whoever that fuck he is. I was like, this is a chump of chumps, man. I wish he could have dropped the name. Oh man, I wish he had dropped the name. I was like, you dealing with a real sucker, and played yourself like a sucker. Like, damn, why would you deal with somebody treat you like that? But this is what we're dealing with, and the saddest part is these women, man, they find themselves. She'll have stories forever, unfortunately, because I'm not saying it's impossible for her to find what she really needs and wants and is looking for. It might happen for her because she's smart. She's waking up. But I always say when the clock is me wondering, like, you already got one child. Please don't have another one by some dude who gonna leave you or it didn't work out. Leave children alone, man. Unless you there for it. That's just what it is, in my opinion. Again, I'm an uncle. And that's why I know from seeing how it can go, that's not to be played with. You got to get that right. It's too much on the line. It's too much on the line. Kids need to see a unit. We were born to do that. We were born to do that. Kids need to see a unit. And I'm saying, like as I started the conversation, saying there's a whole lot of hybridization going on with all of us, including myself. We all find ourselves watering down our true values and ethics in relationships out here because the dating pool, the play pool is so fucking cess filled that you almost gotta know how to, you gotta have a filter for breathing shit because you gonna swim in some shit. Like, that's just it. Like, if you dating in America, in any major city, near any major city, metropolitan area, Atlanta, yo, you gotta have a filtration system for the bullshit you're going to deal with. That's just it. There ain't no way around it. It's gonna be some mess, and you're gonna have to, because of that. Like, you might get home out the pool, so to speak. You go back to your place. You sanitize all your diving gear and clean yourself up and everything. And you know how in your space you're clean and you're whole and you got the best intentions. And yeah, that's all fine and good. But ain't nobody gonna be. You don't want to be lonely. So when you get back out here in the pool, man, everybody you meet gonna have some shit on them. They gonna have something. It's guaranteed. It's unfortunate, but it's guaranteed. There's no purity. There never was complete purity, but there's definitely nothing absolutely pure no more. It's so the percentages are all over the place, and I always say, like, if you can get as lucky as something like 80-something% on point for what you deserve, see mutual respect, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and a genuine person. So hard to find that G word, that genuineness. You might want to, you might want to be like, yeah, this one of my ones. I always say there's no one, there's ones. But even amongst the ones, that don't mean you meet them at the right time in their life to be that one that you could be. I'm gonna put everything into this person, just literally everything. I'm gonna focus on them. I'm gonna get it right with them and do the rest of my life with them. So the whole idea of marriage and all of that is just become so, it's so complicated now. Nothing is nothing straight up and down. Never was, but it ain't even like, I think in the past, if you've ever built anything, like built a house or a deck or anything, when you buy wood, when you buy lumber, there's absolutely no such thing as completely straight wood. Okay, when you get planks, they all have a little bow in them and stuff because it's a natural thing. It's a tree that it came from. It was cut into a shape it didn't even grow like. In its pure natural tree form, it can never be more perfect. It is everything it was meant to be through the universe. But when we manufacture it for our needs and change its structure and all, it can't ever be absolutely absolute. You might get somebody say, "Oh, that's bull." You can put a balancer on the side of a nice beam that's straight, and it'll be a 90. Yeah, but yeah, it ain't gonna be 100. It might be 99.8975, but it ain't gonna be 100. So there's just there's no solidness no more, man. Completely. It's just not a lot of solidness no more, yo. And the thing that really touched me the most about this lady's story was it sounds like she woke up to how different she was from this rapper she had fantasized about. Because that's really all it was. She was a little girl in a slightly grown new body in the sense that okay, yeah, you're old enough to drink, and you're old enough to do whatever. You do this, you do that. You're old enough. Like she talked about at one point, what was real fun. That cracked me up. She said how the one rapper dude. I mean, he was the rapper dude. He did not drink or smoke. I said, what? And you know that was from the kind of gangsterish persona she, said he was in his music. I was like, you know that was some bullshit in his lyrics and everything. And this is what pisses me off. Like, so many people out here fronting, man. And whole generations be trying to, like, they'll be like, that was my favorite rapper. That was my dude when I was in high school or middle school or whatever. And they're trying to imitate that person's perceived lifestyle, and they're living it. Like they're really doing all the stuff. They drinking hard, they smoking hard, they done joined the freaking gang, they dealing drugs, they getting into fights, they going to jail, they getting out, they can't stay straight, they always up and down and all around. They got 20 baby mamas, they got 50 damn bills, they got more shit than any normal person's supposed to have. They don't know if they're gonna live to be 30 or even 50 or anything like this. And it's just like there's nothing normal about their existence. It's all chaotic, right? But because they're pretending to be these people that say I'm just like you. No, no, that person really is that. You may have been adjacent, you may have been in the neighborhood, but you don't even drink and smoke. And I know that's something that you was pushing in your music. Talking about they was waving guns in the video. She talked about going to a video shoot that she didn't think he was gonna have her at, but he wanted her there. And I was like, for what? Because again, all he did was he went weird on her and disrespected her and left her in a van, freezing with no air on or nothing. And it was far enough, I think, away from set, she said, from where they were shooting at that point, that she wouldn't have been able to track him down and go see, like, what's going on? Why you leave me in the truck like that? And she said she's by herself in this hood with the doors locked. And even though the thing had tinted windows where you couldn't see who was in it, she said there was some little ragtag dude from the neighborhood came up and started staring the truck down, like he thinking about it, like maybe I could get in. And she's like panicking, like what the fuck? I can't even. And she's texting this motherfucker. He went back to not answering. I said, oh, she goddamn, here he go again. You made the woman wait at the airport for 3 hours. Then after you got her settled and calmed down and told, oh, baby, it's because I was just working so hard, so much going on. My schedule was crazy today. Oh, I ain't mean nothing by it. You know, I'm so happy to see you, blah, 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 blah. She going for the BS, talking about, and she admitted, yeah, it didn't take much to soften me up because she's still in her fantasy of what she wanted it to become. And then he gave her the fantasy. You know, they had sex for the, well, she said the first night she was just too tired. She eased her way out of that. She said, but she said she woke up the next morning and got it in. I said, yeah, okay. And then after that, they went to breakfast. He talking his slang, local slang that she did. She talking about she didn't even understand enough of the slang from where he was from to understand, but she could get the gist. They're talking about her at the table. I'm like, damn, you goofy as fuck. Like you letting these dudes, man, that's not good at all. At this point, you for the streets, as they say. You didn't even demand it. Like, do you have any girlfriends I can hang out with when you keep leaving? That's some bullshit. You don't do that to a lady like that. And this motherfucker had no consideration or give a fuck. Obviously, when he left her at the airport that long, that was already enough for you to know. He don't give a shit about you. And she said he seemed very schizophrenic, like even if he was, sound like he was bipolar. Like he'd be friendly and laughing one minute, and then he would just get straight faced and looking kind of solemn and not really talking or nothing. I was like, man. I felt like Issa Rae needs to see this and say, girl, we got a whole show with your life. We're gonna do another season of Insecure, but it's gonna be about a whole nother woman. It's gonna be your life. Like this would be a perfect
perfect ground setting for a new series of Insecure. Like the stuff this woman has been through is a movie waiting to happen. I'm telling you, and this is me being a writer in the film biz and loving great storytelling. She's got a damn movie with just what she went through with this one dude. One dude, this woman has a movie straight up. She really does. It's a series. It would be the you could make man you could make a season off of her first because I started another one. I had to stop myself. I said, okay, I'm watching too much of this woman's crazy shit. I gotta give myself a break so I can appreciate it. But I ain't gonna front. When you're good, you're good. If I like it, I like it. So that's why I subscribe because she tells damn good stories. Again, it's like free advertising. I don't mind because I like to see my people win when they seem like something about them is my people. Like I say, I don't do it for the culture. Ain't no one damn culture. But she seems. I feel like if I met this woman, we could have an amazing conversation. Amazing conversation because she's honest and she's trying to figure it out, but at least she's honest. She spoke to her own mistakes and things that she felt stupid about, like why did I let somebody treat me like that, and why would I do, and these are the questions you don't hear enough women say that. You hear them when they're mad and they're crying online and they want to be emotional and get attention and want somebody to get them fake F that, quote some rap song. Again, you're always defaulting to the very thing that's hurting you. These people who are broken, they don't know love themselves. So how are they gonna give love? Why are you still trying to deal with why, if you like the song, bounce to the damn little track. Cause if you strip that motherfucker down to an acapella, I promise half these damn rap songs y'all be quoting, you wouldn't like the shit. And I stand on every bit of that. I promise you, if you made it a cappella, where all you can hear is their voice, no synthesizer either, no studio equipment, just them rapping like a motherfucker walk up on the street. And she talked about something about that too. At one point, they were in a mall, and this dude came up who was not good, and he thought he was a good rapper, and he wanted to get his attention because he knew he was, and he wanted to see if he could audition on the spot and try and get his big break in the biz. And he started hounding them, like even with his boys playing security with guns and shit. And she said that didn't feel. They had all of them had that thing on them. I was like, I bet it didn't, because they're not genuine, trained warriors. They're just a bunch of with guns. Like that don't make you a fucking security personnel. That just make you a hot-headed asshole ready to shoot again. And some of them probably done been in and out of the system, so they don't care. Like, but that's be the fool who be done got you more liability because he hit an innocent bystander, don't hit the target, ain't really shooting regular enough to fucking. And don't even get me started. Anyway, um, and that's from somebody myself who I don't claim anything I'm not. I'm not out here pretending. I'm versed in ballistics. I am I'm versed in basic safety protocols of firearms, and I respect firearms, and I have no problem with the collection of firearms, and I love the art of design of firearms and things of that nature. I'm into that, and that's why I do blazing ballistics as one of my elements, one of my content things here. But you can see how little of it I do compared to everything else I do. It almost reflects how much that's a part of my life. It's there, but it's not. It's like I'm good. If I'm in a situation, I ain't gonna be the one saying I've never held a gun. I don't know what to do. Oh no, no. This one knows exactly what to do, but it's not something I do regular. But for some hot-headed ghetto gully assholes running around with high artillery, that's a really bad combination for disaster. Yo, this dude about to let the damn cart run into my fucking car. Shit, pay attention, man. Lord have mercy. Anyway, yeah, but you know, this story was entertaining, but it was also hard to listen to because she said that they got followed by this dude till finally they shook him, and the whole time she was, like this dude cannot rap. Like, and they got on the truck and everybody was making fun of him and not. And it's like, yeah, but guess what? I bet you whoever this person was, he might have some flow if he was famous and is known like she said he was. But a lot of them sometimes, you hear them acapella, man. Would you really want to listen to this every day? I always say that about rappers. The difference is, like, a great singer, because there are rappers I love enough that when they flow, their voice is so unique that as long as they flowing smooth, man, I don't need music. They sound that good by themselves. You know, KRS-One by himself is official when you hear him. It's like listening to a great speech. Chuck D, same thing. You want smooth and extra melodic flow? Camp Low. Camp Low could do a song with no damn nothing behind him, and that shit will hit. I promise you. The voices are so unique. The Geechee Sway. I mean, just the way my brother say his name. Lord have mercy. Oh man, I'm telling you, man. It's just you know, all them kind of dudes, like, and the ladies. Oh my gosh, MC Light. Uh, whatchamacallit, Queen Latifah. What? Bahamadia. These are people who could go a cappella and I would genuinely enjoy their voice with no music behind it. You know, the late great Guru, one of the greatest voices ever in hip hop. This such a distinct sound. Tupac, as crazy as Pac could be, the way Pac would say certain words, he's like, that shit is just it's it's unique. Kendrick Lamar. I could just go on and on, right? But then there's the other ones. There's these people who just they hot and everybody say they hot. But would I really want to hear that shit by itself? No, no, I wouldn't. It's not a vibe to me. And you know, but that's individual. That's a personal opinion still forever. And but it just sounded like in total agreement, whoever this person was, it sounded whack, right? So but I swear, I bet if I knew who the rapper was, he might be on that list of ones that, yeah, put him with some music, he sounds cool, but otherwise, hell no, man. You just hyped, just overhyped. That's all. Bunch of damn hype. And hype has become too much of the norm nowadays. People ain't honest about what's genuine versus hype. Oh boy, yeah, y'all. So bottom line, cause this one been good. It's getting rather long, and I know y'all ain't gonna watch all of this, no way. Uh, just like I said, shout out to Nicole. Janelle Nicole, double first name. Unique enough to remember too, because I like that name Janelle. I always like that name. Shout out to Janelle Monet. That's how I remember it easily. But yeah, we're gonna rock with you, sister. We're gonna check you out. You're definitely a great storyteller, and you got big personality, pretty enough to always never be an eyesore. And yeah, I'm here for it. I'm curious more and more what you got to say. I can tell you cater your channel more so towards the ladies, and that's understood, you know. But just don't forget that the fellas are watching, because we are, and some good dudes, some great dudes, some gentlemen, some real men like myself are watching, and we love to see a real woman speak on her mistakes and her growth, and her being honest about where she could change and pick up and do better in life, and you seem to be that, so I'm here for that, because you know, we've dealt with the fallout, a lot of us, of what folks have done to themselves when they ain't doing the work. So, thank you for doing